900 million injections, but they've so far taken delivery of 195 million 2 weeks ago. The next batch is ready in a few weeks. This is just from one company alone. Now, Reuters didn't feel like doing a Google search and telling you what we're about to tell you. Globe and Mail, swine flu jab linked to killer nerve disease. Leaked letter reveals concern over neurologist. Over 25 deaths in America. Now, you wonder why there's all these neurological degenerative diseases. People who are 25 getting Alzheimer's or getting all these other brain diseases. In the internal literature, they know it's the vaccines. The viruses in the vaccines, the cancer viruses, the chemicals, the RNA, the DNA from the dead fetuses and the dead monkeys and the dead dogs attacks the brain stem. In fact, I have the actual university and government reports. These are leaked. Just in trials in Texas, there's 25 dead. And that's with them covering it up. They whitewashed those numbers. Just like we knew Gardasil was killing massive amounts of people that took it in trials 3 years ago. And we would have the doctors and the families, the people who had their daughters die. You give your 9-year-old the shot, blood starts pouring out a day later of every orifice. I mean, they die of Ebola-like type disease. I mean, that's how it's described by the medical doctors we've had on. I mean, that's all we do here is go, oh, look, this is killing you. This is the Globe and Mail. Swine flu jab linked to killer nerve disease. Leaked letter reveals concern of neurologist over 25 deaths in America just in test of it. Okay, here's another one. This is without looking. This is build.de, the biggest paper in Germany. Biggest newspaper in Germany. Does virus vaccine increase the risk of cancer? The swine flu vaccine has been hit by a new cancer fears after a German health expert gave a shock warning about its safety. Lung specialist Wolfgang Woodrug, we're getting him on, has said that there are many risks associated with the vaccine for the H1N1 virus. He gave grave reservations about the firm Novartis, who are developing the vaccine and testing it in Germany. So that's Novartis, Novartis. That's the one they bought the 195 million shots from. The vaccination is injected with a very hot needle, the scientist said. The nutrient solution for the vaccine consists of cancerous cells from animals, and we do not know if there could be an allergic reaction. But more importantly, some people fear that the risk of cancer could be increased by injecting the cells. And then it goes on into all the major scientific institutes in Germany, the United States, and England that know this. Hundreds of millions of Americans, the federal government admits, got deadly cancers, mainly brain cancers, from the polio shot because it had live SV40. Don't believe me? Just search engine or Google or startpage.com is another good search engine. Just search engine the term polio vaccine SV40. You'll read U.S. government CDC from the 80s going, my God, we killed hundreds of millions of people from these cancers. We've got to keep this quiet. Same thing's in the news right here about how they've got to keep it quiet. So, by the way, none of this is by accident. This is eugenics. Here's another one. Polio surge in Nigeria after vaccine virus injections. That's all over the world. Third world people run from the UN. And they get caught putting HIV, putting polio, putting it in the shots because they're eugenicists. We have the White House science czar saying they're doing it.
The New World Order beast is genetically modifying your food, mixing vegetables with animals, and now experimenting with viruses. Without a long-term food solution, you will have just two options: starve, or surrender. All canned food supplies will eventually run out. What then? Grow your own healthy food and feed your family forever. SurvivalistSeeds.com is now the nation's largest bulk heirloom seed company. And it's owned by a real patriot, Big John Lipscomb. You can now have an infinite amount of healthy vegetables like a watermelon, a bundle of carrots, or tomatoes for a little more than a penny each. SurvivalistSeeds.com. And now you can go into business with Big John at SurvivalistSeeds.com by becoming an affiliate. See his link at SurvivalistSeeds.com.
we are back live. I'm going to open the phones up in the next half hour after the bottom of the hour news that's coming up. Toll-free number to join us, 888-201-2244, 888-201-2244 will get you up and on the air. Again, 888-201-2244. Give that number out 3 times because I know we just changed it to a new toll-free number when I moved into my regular studios here, but we're not using the Genesis phone system. We're taking these calls right here in the Texas studio, not the Minnesota studio or the Emma studio in Austin. Okay. Pointless trivia, but there you go. If you just joined us, you hear all these newscasts and read all these news articles. I just read one from Reuters. Is it safe? U.S. vaccine experts want to build trust. And they're like, what's wrong with the conspiracy theorist? Why don't people want to take the shots? You know, it's the law. You've got to take over 100 shots. When there is no law, you have to take any of it. But now they're trying to announce under executive orders forced inoculations during a level 6 pandemic, and that's under UN treaty. So we're under UN control. And then just in the last 3 days, I see these headlines. Swine flu jab linked to killer nerve disease. Leaked letters of doctors testing vaccine reveals concern of neurologist, that's brain scientist, over 25 deaths in America. Here's another one about how from Bild.de, the biggest paper in Germany, most respected, with top scientists and virologists saying it's killing people and it's got live cancer virus in it. By the way, there's a lot of cancer viruses that wouldn't hurt humans. It always, quote, accidentally gets in with these designer viruses that just so happen to ravage humans, but tend to burrow in, lodge their RNA, and be a chronic viral infection until certain hormone fluctuations associated with lower testosterone or lower estrogen, then they trigger and kill you. It's a Logan's Run situation. When you've served your usefulness, they activate, you die. So I guess go take your shot. The White House science czar just writes 1,100-page policy books about how they want to give you vaccines to sterilize you and get rid of you and euthanize you. And it's official United Nations Biological Diversity Assessment Treaty, 1996. And we covered all in my film Endgame. But just ignore that. It's too horrifying to think they're doing this on purpose. I guess Bayer accidentally, with over 1 million ampules of factor 8, put HIV and hepatitis in it, though their court documents came out and show they did it on purpose. I guess it's accidental that all of this is happening. And here's the Associated Press. This is the Associated Press yesterday. Polio surge in Nigeria after vaccine virus mutates. And I see one of these every 2 or 3 weeks. I'll see in Africa, oh, the polio shot happened to have HIV in it. Sorry. It was an accident. Oh, the polio shot happened to kill everybody or happened to get everybody sick. Or, oh, everybody went to the UN clinic got HIV. You got these countries where 40-something% of the people have HIV, and then they'll go do medical tests on them, and some of these little girls have never had sex. They've never had anything but the UN shots. And then, oh, the UN gets caught adding hormones to tetanus shots to sterilize little girls. Oh, the Indian government got caught doing it under UN funding. Oh, the Brazilian government got caught. Oh, over and over again, they're adding it to the vaccines. But here's AP. Oh, just AP. And it's an accident, of course. Oh, but see, there's other talk show hosts and people I hear on the radio saying it's all lies. I've heard people call in to talk show hosts, different medical doctors on the air and say, hey, Bayer Pharmaceutical knowingly did this. And the guy just says, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. Doesn't matter if, we got MSNBC, Associated Press, Reuters. Or we'll say, hey, all these neurological diseases, Guillain-Barré's and all these countless others associated with the shots, or conclusively proven to be the shots. And they'll just say, nope, no such thing, with no proof. Well, here's the proof. Polio, a dreaded, paralyzing disease stamped out in the industrialized world, is spreading in Nigeria despite efforts to stamp it out. And health officials say in some cases it's caused by the vaccine used to fight it. Yeah, in the 50s, the U.S. government, and I've had guests on about this, actually released polio. And then their cure was the shot that did protect you from polio, but then gave you a time delay cancer. Now, some people are resistant to it, but you wonder why you got 10-year-olds dying of cancer now left and right. Some of it's toxic waste and chemicals and things, but most of it is the official government plan. You know, you can go read the White House Science Czar, how, you know, it's all for you and your family, you know. Yeah. I know the football game's more important. You want to laugh at me and, oh, Alex Jones, they're setting up martial law. And, oh, Alex Jones says they're going to have the Pentagon take over America. I just said it 12 years ago because I had their own documents. And now they just announce it like it's no big deal. You better listen to me if you care about your family. I'm not risking my life here to play games with people. This is real.